What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, it was just a couple of days ago at the end of last week that one of the official chairmen for Sony came out and made the announcement that they wouldn't be releasing any blockbusters theatrically until things were back to normal and we had most of the theaters in the US at operating capacity, which meant no more Spider-Man 3, no more Morbius the Living Vampire in the beginning of next year, and of course, no more sequel, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Now, yesterday, in what's got to be one of the biggest leaks and reveals in as long as I can remember, over 2,000 frames of official concept art from the Venom franchise, including the original designs for Carnage and Cletus Cassidy, and a fight between him and Eddie Brock's Venom that might have made it into the first film and might make it into the second. We're going to break it down, where these frames are coming from, go over a majority of them, including the important ones, and the fight between Carnage and Venom, the first look at their concept for the character, and of course, take anything we can from this into the plot of Venom 2. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill and our third and final Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So some quick context, because the most likely place you'll find this by the time the video is posted is Reddit, which is where I found it. However, this was originally presented as an exclusive from a website. After 2+ years of reporting on such websites, I am not familiar with this one. It's called thevenomsite.com, and it looks like its sole purpose is to report on the Venom franchise films from Sony. Either way, they presented this as an exclusive, but then linked directly to the art station of the artist who did this, Paolo Giandoso, and it's from Double Negative. You'll see the watermark DNEG in the bottom right hand corner. That's the visual effects studio for which he did this art. Now, since it's his art station that actually hosts all this, and it doesn't look as though it was presented to the Venom site to break as a story, I'm not sure how that makes this an exclusive, and I'll just provide the links directly to Paolo's art station down in the description if you want to take a look yourself. As I said, there's over 2,000 frames. We can't cover them all in the video. Now, the one I found the most interesting was this sequence here between Cletus Cassidy, Carnage, and Venom in a fight that could have, should have gone in the very first film, and it's for obvious reasons that they decided to go with Riot and save Carnage for the second battle. Now, what's most interesting about this is a couple of things. A, that Carnage goes ahead and completely takes over Venom in this sequence. After beating him in a fight, basically consumes his symbiote. And then when eventually here is all the way to the end, where Venom is basically reaching out with just his hand at the very end. Also, by the way, this concept art is absolutely nuts. I mean, great work, Paolo. This stuff is insane. When he's finally down to the very last second, when it's only his little hand that can reach out, you see a reaction out of Eddie Brock towards that hand, and there's an emotional connection between the two where Eddie Brock actually wants to save Venom. There's a connection there. You can see it here. Also, by the way, I'm wondering if they hadn't cast Tom Hardy yet, because this definitely looks like just a generic Eddie Brock. Either way, he reaches out to save Venom. Venom reaches out to grab him, and then all of a sudden their strength is renewed, in which they can battle Carnage. Now, very obviously from here, this is where things changed and it turned into Venom versus Riot, because some of these keyframes, as you'll see coming up, were keyframes that they maintained. They just, this one right here, they just turned it into the Riot versus Venom fight instead of the Carnage fight. It's unsure to me. Oh, by the way, also there you see a clear picture of Cletus Cassidy. He has red hair. That's why we know it's him. It's unclear to me where the change was, why they didn't want to go ahead and put Carnage in the very first film, but I'm glad that they didn't do that. It would have completely overshadowed Venom, and that would have felt like the Sony of old, just going ahead and cramming everything into the first movie. You can see here again from some of these frames that this is clearly the exact same fight between Venom and Riot that we saw at the end of Act 3. There's some other concept art here included. Again, amazing work. And the concept art specifically of Carnage is what I want to focus on, how visceral it is and almost horror-like. And then you think about who they've hired as a director in Andy Serkis. It's unclear also whether they'll be working off some of this original concept art or this was just for the first film, but you have to imagine some of the inspiration will be there, especially if they're working with the same visual effects house in Double Negative and or the same head actor. And also as well, you think about Andy Serkis as a director and everything he's going to be able to bring to the film from that standpoint. Now we're just going to speed through some more of these frames. Guys, as I said, there's over 2,000 of them, but you can also clearly see here that they used a loud noise to combat the Carnage symbiote in this fight, and it's obviously affecting Venom too, as one of their weaknesses is a loud noise. If I had to guess what's going on from these keyframes, she's looking up a video on her phone from YouTube that must have bothered Eddie Brock's Venom symbiote early in the film. That's why she knows it's going to affect him. She plays it over the loudspeaker, and of course it makes both of these symbiotes disappear, and then there's a different alternate take on the fight here. Now we know from the end of Venom 1 that Eddie Brock used one of the other symbiote weaknesses in fire to defeat Riot. Remember, with the engine fuel, which means they left this one on the table. And if you take this in context of the scene before, where the Venom hand is reaching out and you see their emotional connection, and then he has to sacrifice the Venom symbiote because it'll leave him with the same loud noise that makes the Carnage symbiote leave Cletus Cassidy, then there's some sort of emotional sacrifice and loss there with the symbiote. And then my mind really started to play tricks on me. If the Venom symbiote is leaving Eddie Brock at the end of the second film, say this is how they decide to do it, where would that Venom symbiote go? Could it go in a reversal of the original story and a turn of fortune to none other than Peter Parker, and that could be the post-credit scene? Okay, now I know we're definitely getting ahead of ourselves there, but you'll remember in the original story, in the original 1984 Secret Wars, Spider-Man gets the suit, gets back to Earth. Reed Richards finds out that this suit is actually a symbiote, that it's actually draining Peter Parker. It's not good for him, blasts it off with a laser, and then Venom is so hurt personally that he goes and finds a suicidal Eddie Brock. Now, of course, this would be the complete reversal, the antithesis of that, leaving Eddie Brock to find a Peter Parker, but it would be an awesome way for him to pick up the Venom symbiote. And I know we're crossing a ton of wires between the Sony universe of Marvel characters, the SUMC, and the MCU, but guys, it looks like it's headed that way anyway with the upcoming Morbius the Living Vampire. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. How interesting is this that they went this far with concept art for a Carnage fight between Carnage and Venom? And what do you think was the final reason they decided to keep Carnage out of this film and save him for the second one? I am all ears, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 700,000 subscriber mark. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill and our third and final Infinity Saga box set. We'll be giving this away at the end of the year during the holiday season in December. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the Beta Ray Bill, the Infinity Saga box set, or any of the future prizes we give away here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell to keep up with the videos, then leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of the video, the same way we're doing here, and if you've missed any of the previous winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do is scroll back to the channel, look for the winner announcement in the sub count in the title, click on that video, and scroll to the end. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.